Warning: this game contains content and themes of domestic violence, emotional abuse, sexual assault, suicide, mental illness, child abuse, and other mature themes. If you find yourself experiencing a negative reaction to these themes or you need mental health resources, please visit the link below. Hello everybody, this is Tom, also known as Silverfin, and we are back to continue Silent Hill 2, where we just gained access to the second floor of the hospital, which is where we saw, I think the little girl is called Sherry. It's where we saw her run off to before. Also, we keep finding shotgun ammo. I've taken my break, I've had my coffee. It is now time to explore the upstairs of the hospital. I keep wanting to call it the museum. I don't know what it is. It might be, one time when I was a lot younger, I had a video game that I only recently rediscovered the name of. It was called Dinosaur Hunter, and it had you walking around a museum, and the opening shows the Tyrannosaurus skeleton stalking the museum. So naturally, because I was a kid and I didn't know how the game worked, I was terrified every time I navigated around this museum in this educational video game, not realizing that in order for the dinosaurs to actually start roaming the museum, and they don't hurt you by the way, they just roam the museum, you have to actually put the fossils together first, which I never managed because I was so terrified of the goddamn game. And now here I am playing Silent Hill 2. How times change, eh? Oh, that camera angle does not make me feel good. At least we still have our slightly mysterious ally. She's fine, she just freaks me out because of the way she moves whenever she's off camera. Like, see how she's vanished in this shot, even though she was next to us in the shot before it? That stuff freaks me out.
Maria?
You alright?
Hey. You okay?
I'm sorry.
That's fine. What's going on? Are you hurt?
Not a fan of hospitals, maybe?
It's nothing. Probably just a hangover.
Maybe you should rest.
Maybe it's because I played Silent Hill F not long ago, but I never trust pills in horror games. Now, let's not do the dumb thing and go exploring without her.
So comfy.
Also, maybe we shouldn't rest on that filthy mattress.
Look for Laura. I'll be back as soon as I can.
Oh, good grief.
James?
James, you have negative sense.
I wanted to ask you. What if you can't find Mary? What will you do?
Why do we even think she's here? Aside from the letter, I mean.
Get back soon, okay?
Well, ain't that just... Are you rested yet?
Sorry, I just need a moment.
Okay, but if the monsters get you while we're gone, it's James's fault for being a dumbass. Okay, we're upstairs. Maria's in there. The elevator is just down. It's just down a little from where we are. There's a couple of rooms next to the one Maria's in that I'd like to check out if I can. Oh. Take care of what matters most and leave the rest to us. Toluca Palliative Care Center. Palliative? 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 Oh, hey, look! If I'd just come upstairs last time, we could have saved the game, and I wouldn't have had to, run back to the, reception. Frankly, should have seen that coming. But because it's a remake of an older game, I'm never gonna take chances when it comes to save points. Like, that just feels like a poor idea. Oh, my favourite. A terrifying toilet. Why are horror game toilets so horrible? Well, I mean, I guess it's kind of obvious, isn't it? But, you know, just something I'm pondering about. Honestly, I think it would be creepier if you encountered a bathroom in a horror game that was just spotless. He had entered the bathroom. It was disturbingly clean, as if it had been scrubbed down that morning. It stank of antiseptic and stolen dreams. You know, something like that. I just noticed the picture has like a kind of look. I think I might just be seeing things, but for a second I could have sworn it looked like a weird smiley face. Oh. This is probably locked, but I'm going to check it anyway. Oh. Oh, and that lets us get back downstairs without using the elevator. Okay. And then... Can't climb out the window. Probably wouldn't want to, look at all that broken glass. Cut yourself something awful. Does this open? Nope. So where have I been? Been in the restroom. Been in C3, can't get into C4. Been in C2. Yeah, nothing to do but go around the corner.
Now, where is that girl?
Just because I can see it moving doesn't mean I particularly want to fight it. At least that door's locked. None of the doors will open though, so... Ah, there you are. It's the way that they shamble around without charging you sometimes that really gets me. Oh right, creepy nurses with knives, my favourite. At least it's only one. Just Dark Souls it, we got this. Why am I so opposed to using ammo anyway? Is it just a spike thing? Am I just... Well, not a spike thing, is it? Just... On some level I'm like, oh, I should save ammo, even though I know that I've got too much ammo anyway, and I'll be fine. It's not like I can just Silent Hill F this and counterattack everything. Did I hear right that you can do that in Resi Requiem as well? I know that's out now. I've been seeing all sorts of memes about Leon Kennedy parrying stuff. Ooh, medicine cabinet. Perfect. At least I'm very rarely ending up in situations where I need to use the syringes, like the actual really full heal items. Combination lock to a nurse's station. The code has been reset to what we agreed on in yesterday's meeting at the doctor's lounge. I don't want anyone writing it down on little pieces of paper for people to find. That's irresponsible. Okay. Okay, that's what's making the weird noise, the broken elevator. Not rolling into that unless I've run out of options. He said, immediately going to investigate if he could fall into that. Sometimes the kid had the damnedest of ideas. All the more reason to keep moving down this straight and narrow path. You know, I really do like parry mechanics in video games. I do think that they undercut horror, because they make you feel very powerful once you learn how to pull them off, usually. What have I found here? Was that anything? And then something's making a breathing noise. Deep breaths. You're fine. Noise is getting louder. Okay. Okay, that's the director's office, and it looks like there's rooms on either side that lead into it. Also, I can open a shortcut back to the save room from over here, so I'm going to do that first. God, I hate tight spaces with enemies in them. So the noises the hospital makes just are not appealing at all. I think I went on a bit of a ramble last time about how creepy hospitals are. Especially when you're... you know, when you're alone in them. Or when you feel alone, would be... God, something is probably around in here making a noise. I don't like it. Oh! Wasn't ready for you. The fact that it's dead but it's not done making noise means that, yep, means that there's one more. There. Just a little bit. Peace and quiet. Okay, where am I? I'm in L2. The other door into L2 would also serve as a shortcut if I could open it, so let's see if it's openable from this side. It is. Good. Okay, and then I guess this is the only door we haven't tried here. Nope, it is locked and covered in spider webs. So that's super locked. Glad I checked anyway. Not super happy that the clothes in that locker make it look like there's a monster in the locker. That pisses me off. A picture of a ship, and behind it, a creepy eye. Annotation: interview was conducted with blank in responses to incident 71. Lying in water, empty, then I felt him stare. He was close, very close, had to get away, but he followed. He kept staring, so I made him stop, and now I'm empty again. Can we go back to the pool? And behind it is a giant carved eyeball with a hole punched in the center. Yeah, no, I feel like that's probably a bad thing. Okay, I've confirmed I can open that. I think director's office is where to go next. It's that breathing noise again. Okay. Creepy director's room. Presumably there's puzzles somewhere, but I also just saw that there's a save point, so we're going to save before we check it out. For my sanity and for the sake of safety in case something goes wrong. At least some of the art's nice. That requires a key we don't have. Sudden outbursts of aggression of visual and auditory hallucinations. What did I miss? Water used to have a calming effect. Huh. Another evaluation? Delusions persist. Bathing required forced feeding and hydration, sleep medication, and constant surveillance. Move to L1. Intense unrelenting anxiety intensified into full-blown paranoia. Can't be left alone. Move to L1 for closer monitoring. What room was Maria in? She's in C5. Did any of those happen to match up with C5? Because that would be terrifying, but it would also... Okay. D1. C1. Patient interview. Code to the doctor's lounge. And creepy hand on the director's desk, which is holding a key. Okay, so we need to do something to the hand to make it release the key. But we don't have the necessary items yet.
That's what they keep telling me. My 3 patients. My 3 hopeless cases. But I do not believe it to be a matter of hope. It is a matter of diligence, discipline, trial and error, of being as bold as one can be, to go as far as one needs to. I will find what it is truly is, and I will cure them.
Of course, the director was ever so slightly crazy and taking things a little personally. Why wouldn't he? Okay, so the rooms I need to worry about are L1, D1, and C1. If I go to each of those rooms, I might find what I need. Okay, we're missing parts to this puzzle anyway, so... Okay. Well, C1 is right here, so I can have a look. I think I found what I needed in here, so... presumably that's it. Of course. M5. Not a necessary room, but anywhere we might find something useful is good enough, right? Okay, L1 is directly above us. It's the creepy breathing that I keep hearing. That is what's driving me a bit nuts. Yeah, no, not happy with whatever this place is. We'll head back out. Across the hall. If I sound nervous, it's because I'm nervous. The tension is something else. Can't open the door to the room that I need to get into from this side. But there is a men's locker room and a women's locker room to the left, followed by the nurse's lounge. The code to the keypad was... Didn't they decide on that in one of the lounges? I'll have to check. Okay, so I think all we've got left... We can't go in that door. The men's locker room's locked. The women's locker room doesn't seem to have a door. Just... Oh no, it's just hanging weird. The radio's going, so that means there's probably something in here. Like the shotgun! So I can now swap between handgun and shotgun. Of course, the problem is they've given us the shotgun, which means there's probably something nasty here. Huh. A bent needle. Okay. Is that like a lockpick? Or is it maybe for the weird hand thing? Well, I assume the weird hand thing would be, the parts we need for that are probably in the rooms relating to that, so... Oh, there she is. Well... Presumably the game wants us to try out the shotgun. Very effective shotgun. 10 out of 10. Would it tell you to stay down? I guess it would literally tell you to stay down, wouldn't it? Why did he glitch out like that? That's the part I don't get. Okay, shotgun acquired. And the awful static says there's at least one more enemy here somewhere. I'll go with through these doors. Yep. I think this is the worst part, when I know there's something but I can't see it. Always check the roof. Nothing in the medicine cabinet. probably round that corner. Oh, there we are. Shotgun would be faster, but I'd rather not waste the ammo. And now that rather not have that flashing static at me like that. Hope that doesn't get me a bad ending or something. Okay, the key to L1. So it was indeed worth coming in here. This is the... Oh yeah, this is the nurses' lounge. No wonder the nurses were here. That's the gross bathroom, because it's a horror game. It's a hospital, and yet it is criminally low on medicine. I guess... You know, what did the note about that say? Here we are, the staff memo about the code change. Doctor's Lounge. Yesterday's meeting in the Doctor's Lounge. So if it was written down somewhere, I think it's hinting that it should be there. And I think the Doctor's Lounge might be down on the first floor. If it is, then we're probably going to have to go get it in a minute. Can't open that. Oh, the other staircase. We can use this to get down to the other side of the first floor. And then we can presumably wrap around to the Doctor's Lounge if I'm remembering the map for the next floor right. Unlock that. The only door to L1 that works is the one that we passed earlier, but now that we actually have the key, we can open it. So we'll go in there first. Oh, wonderful! My favourite kind of room. Okay. Yeah, probably should have seen that coming. Something's moving around here. The moment I let go of the box, suddenly it starts being cute about it and vanishes. Let's not. Nope. See, this looks more like a laundry room with all the sheets everywhere, but I think that's just the... well, you know, way everything's been, like, tossed here and there and everywhere. I wonder who designed those so that they snap into place like that. Like, what purpose did that serve before Silent Hill was a nightmare town, or was it always the nightmare town? They brought in a girl who hasn't said a word. She sits there with her head in her hands, sobbing and quivering. I moved her to the corner bed. Seems to have calmed her down. She even smiled at me, I think. And we're now in the other half of L1. Not a fan of this. Not one bit. Probably shouldn't swing blindly like that. Okay, no other direction but there, so... The way that noise played, I thought it was in the room with me. But nope, we just have to go into the nightmare crawl space. Looks lovely, doesn't it? Wonderful. Well, we're not going back that way, I guess. We up against the elevator? Okay, no, we're up against something we can actually move. Okay, so back on the first floor. Or the basement. Could be the basement. Nope, we're on the first floor on the other side of where we found the, what was it called? Yeah, if we could get through this door, we'd end up at the reception desk. But we can't, so we have to crawl instead. Into the horrible dark room. The horrible dark records room. The horrible, horrible dark records room. Filled with horrible, horrible things. That's not good at all. And then... Okay, we've got a typewriter. Okay, so that's just one of those, I guess, collectible vision spot things that you get sometimes, I guess. Maybe it's... Oh, I guess it has to be over that way, but I'm just a little nervous about doing that right now, so I've got to be careful with it. And then from here... Oh, hey, this is one of the marked bracelets I need for the... So that's what you need for those, in order to get through. In order to open the hand, rather, not to get through, to open the hand. Which has the key, and the key opens the thing. Whoop! Oh dear. Not a fan of you. Fuck off. No time for your shit today. I just need to not be down here. Anyway, one of 3 bracelets. We'll find our way to the other 2 later, but first I'm going to save the damn game. And I think this is probably a good place to, you can probably tell from the way I've been talking, I'm getting a little bit, just a little bit nervous. So we're going to save it here, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Bye-bye!